Good morning, guys. It is Jonathan with One Big Impact. Hopefully this video is recording. I never know until that 8 seconds in. Now I know it's recording. So I would like to talk about something that I see stirring around all over the internet, but specifically to a few individuals. Mary and Brenda. And we're talking about some stuff. Yes, I'll be creeping. Okay, that's my job. That's my life. They were talking about something with Dean having like food restrictions and different things. But this is not new. This is not specific. I'm trying to get my vitamins in. This is not just those people. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to get my coffee. Let's talk about your journey a little bit, okay? Let's first say that when you find that something's not working, you change it, right? If you were sitting there and damn, that's an old ass shirt. Look at that shirt. Be stronger than your excuses. That's an old one. I think that's the very first one I made. Everybody made fun of me because it's like, be stronger than your excuses. Because I always angry face everybody for eating like crap. I'm just turning that light off because it's like right in my eyes. The thing that you have to remember, can I see better with these? This close? Guess so. Don't be flexing on the camera. What are you talking about? That's weird. Drink your coffee. I gotta go soon. It's 4 o'clock in the morning, but I want to get this video out. A few years ago, I started with low carb. Originally, I got to a point to where I started at 342. I got all the way down to about 280. And this was not doing anything remotely to low carb or anything like that. But when I pushed from 280 to 193, which I am not right now, I found myself in a position where I was able to get past a certain point. Now, I'm taking a nutrition course and I'm a sponge, okay? I'm a stubborn sponge, as some people would say. Sometimes I get stuck in my ways and I'm like, Atkins this, Atkins that. And I really push the things I love most. And that's okay. It's kind of like liking Chevys versus Fords. It's not that you hate Fords. It's not that a Ford won't drive. It's just that you won't drive in a Ford. I'm just kidding. But you know what I mean? Like, you like what you like. I've always been a huge fan of Atkins because I saw amazing results with it. Fast forward a few years, my journey has taken a completely different turn, and I've gotten into like some strength stuff, some bodybuilding stuff. I am learning and I am reluctant and I am understanding more about food and its purpose for training, but also how it works in the body. What I would like to first of all say is I have like 8 minutes to get the hell out of the house. So hopefully I get out of here before then. What I would like to say first of all is anytime that you are putting yourself in a position to where you're going to lose weight, you are eventually going to come to a point to where you're going to have to eliminate carbohydrates. Reason being is because there are no essential carbohydrates. It doesn't matter if you are following, like, if you're doing, bodybuilding. It doesn't matter if you're leaning out. It doesn't matter if you're trying to just drop weight and you're not worried about muscle or anything like that. The idea is that you're going to get pretty damn close to Atkins or keto eventually, or a modified version of such. Many people are, there's a weird, there used to be, well, when I started this journey, there used to be kind of a weird stigma around it, especially with bodybuilders. Oh, keto, oh, Atkins. But most of them, right before they get on stage, when they're in the best peak shape or worst peak shape, just depends on how you look at it. When their body fats are extremely low right before they get on stage, they are in a position to where they're pretty much not eating any carbohydrates or very little. And a lot of them just completely deplete. And then they'll fluff up right before the show a lot of the times. What I'm saying is, it doesn't matter what you do. It's okay. Okay. So when I did strength training for during the first pandemic or whatever, I found myself in a position to where I was eating 400 grams of carbs a day. I was putting up lifts. I was building muscle. It was great. But then I realized now I've gone so far and I just have continued to put on body fat on top of the muscle. And I'm like hindering my process for the ability to build muscle because my body's just like steadily storing fat. Too much insulin. It's just like store fat, store fat, store all the food and fat. So I'm bringing down my carbohydrates again. The reality is, it's okay to follow anything. It's okay to follow a Mediterranean diet. It's okay to follow Weight Watchers like they were speaking of. It's okay to follow anything that has a healthy version of what is for you. Above all else, the most important factor is going to be your caloric intake. Okay? The reason low carb works so well for so many people is because you're not having those blood sugar spikes and everything like that. If you're a person, and I'm not saying either of you are, but if you're a person that you're like slamming coffee and caffeine and soda and doing all these things while simultaneously trying to go low carb, you're like two rocks and it's just you're gonna keep butting heads. That doesn't mean you have to do low carb. I'm just saying, remember to put all of the factors into place before you do it. The most important thing that above caloric intake is going to be self-discipline. We have to say no. We have to say no to the ice cream. We have to say no to the brownies. That was annoying. But I'm usually not a loud sneezer, but I really had to get that out. Sneezing not loudly hurts my broken rib pretty damn bad. Um, the the thing that you have to remember is adherence and self-discipline are the major factors here. Because you can see people every day. You see people that are thin, or maybe they're not thin, but they're like not huge having a weight problem. Maybe they're 10 pounds overweight, but they can eat pizza and they eat like baby back ribs, and you go to a barbecue and they're eating whatever. And the thing is that they're going home and they're probably just relaxing. The difference is somebody like you or me, we go home and the floodgates are open. Well, I ate this, I'm gonna eat 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 this. Boom, you go to bed with 10,000 freaking grams of sugar inside you, and yes, you feel satisfied. The next day you wake up and you're 5 pounds heavier and you're like, F my life, this is just not working. What I would suggest is just take it one day at a time. There is absolutely nothing wrong with any way that you do things. It doesn't matter what approach you take. Like I said before, you will eventually have to pull down your carbohydrates. And I would also venture to say a little bit more information here is carbohydrates usually aren't your problem. Okay? The problem is the type of carbohydrates usually. If you're eating Twinkies, and I'm just saying Twinkies. I know nobody's out there scarfing down Twinkies, but if you are, whatever, ho-hos or whatever, it could be chocolate, it could be soda, it could be ice cream, it could be whatever. Ice cream's my thing. I'm not even gonna lie. Whatever it is, those are the things that are putting you in the situation to store fat. Okay, it's usually not going to be the rice or the potatoes or the starchy vegetables and stuff like that, because the reason is you're probably not going home being like, I'm gonna eat 9 potatoes right now, I'm gonna stuff my face with 8 pounds of rice. No, you're gonna take a slice of cake and eat the whole thing. Like, that's how it works. Like, we usually don't overeat with those things. So understanding the idea of nutrition, that you have proteins that are necessary, that are essential, and you have fats that are essential, but you don't have carbohydrates that are essential. Those basic fundamentals, understand that one of the things that you can, and I can help people with this, if you're having struggles or whatever, I can help you with this. I'm taking a complete course. I just paid $1,000 for this damn course. But understanding that manipulating food is your best and worst enemy, or your best and worst ally. Understanding food is good. So just as a general rule of thumb, this is just some basic information that you can use to formulate a diet for yourself. First of all, you take your body weight, okay? Divide it by 2. If you're 250 pounds, you're going to have 125 grams of fat. That's it. And I'm not talking low carb, just relax. I'm just talking basic fucking diet. 125 grams of fat. Then you're going to take your body weight and you're going to eat that in protein, grams of protein. So if you're 250 pounds, 250 grams of protein. So you take, now I know this is a little bit difficult to understand and I'm running late, but I know this is getting a little bit crazy with math, but let's simplify this. Get a piece of paper. You have 125 grams of fat, okay? 125 grams. Each gram is 9 calories. So you go 125 grams times 9 calories. And you can put it like this, 125 G, 9C. And you multiply those two. And I'm not going to do the multiplication yet. I'm going to go to the other one. Then you go to 250, okay? 250 grams protein. And you can put pro above it and then fat above the other one. And then 250 grams, and each gram of protein is 4 calories, not 9. So 4 calories. So now you're going to go in and you're going to multiply those, and I'm just going to do this on my freaking phone because I don't give a damn about math right now. You know what I've noticed though? The more I get better at nutrition and everything, I'm getting pretty damn good at math. Kind of interesting. I find myself doing like percentages and stuff, and I'm like, oh, I don't even know this. Like, and it works. It's crazy. Repetition is definitely the key. Times 9. Okay, so 125 times 9, you can't see my screen, comes out to 1,125. Okay? 250 times 4, obviously that's 1,000. I don't even need to do that. It comes out to 1,000. And these are calories, okay? So these are calorie numbers at the bottom. You can definitely see that. Does that make sense? Okay. So you add those two. 1,125. Oh my gosh, I got to get going. Plus 1,000 comes out to 2125. 2125. Now you're a 250 pound person, right? Pounds. Say you're 45. I don't know. This is basic. BMR calculator. Go to BMR calculator. It looks like this. I don't know if you can see that. Hopefully you can. Yeah, there you go. And now is this not going to come back in view? Yes, it is. Watch. Boom. I got this stuff on lock. Yeah, okay. We're good to go. Okay, so you go, say I'm 40 years old, okay? I'm a male. And I'm 5'10", and I'm 250 pounds. I'm none of these things. Well, I'm a male. Calculate. Okay, so BMR comes out to 2050, okay? But say I am exercising 1 to 3 times a week, my BMR comes out to 2819. You can read this on here. So 2819. 28, we'll say 19. Okay, that's our goal. That's our goal. We're already at 2125 with our fat and our protein, just the basic understandings, right? I gotta go. And then the next thing that you're going to do is fill in with carbohydrates. Okay, so I have 2819 minus 2125 gives me 694 calories allotted for carbohydrates. So I'm going to go 694, and I could just do 700. 700 divided by 4. So I have 175 grams of carbohydrates. So I go 175 grams of carbs. So that would be the numbers that I would put, and that would be 175 times 4. 175 times 4 is 700. So 700, 5, 2, 8. Okay, so that puts us at 2825. Does that make sense? 175 grams of carbohydrates, the 2125, which is the total of protein and our fat, equals 2125. That's our calories right there. Our 2819 is our goal that we're trying to meet. We came up with 2825. We have 175 grams of carbohydrates. Word of caution. If you are in the position to where you have been eating no carbs and you're going to go to 175, you're going to bloat. Okay? But this is a starting point. Your protein and your fat can stay there. Okay? They don't really need to be manipulated too much. As time goes by and you hit roadblocks and things like that, you will pull from your carbohydrates. You won't pull from your protein. If anything, your protein will go up if you're like building muscle or anything like that. But your carbohydrates will come down. So if you find yourself in a position you're like, so you need to pull from your carbohydrates, okay? Because eventually you're going to hit a stall pretty fast at this 2825. It's pretty high. So 2825, these probably are not your numbers, first of all, just so you know. But this is basic understanding. 2825, so we're going to go 175 grams times 0.25. So you're going to take their first pull, if you're pulling away, to go to the next level of leaning out, would be pull 43 carbs away. That's 25% of 175. Does that make sense? Or you could go 25% of your total caloric intake, and you could pull it that way. So you could go 28, 25, 28, 25 times 0.25. Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that. It's going to be too much. But go for your calories and don't pull from anything else but carbohydrates. Find yourself a sweet spot. Find out what works for you. Be a little bit more open. I'll dive more into this right now. I really got to get going. I got about 5 minutes to run out the door. I hope this information helped you. Mary, Brenda, and anybody else out there that's struggling, understand that it's not like a linear process. You're going to have ups, you're going to have downs, you're going to be all over the place, and there's no reason that you need to feel guilty or ashamed about that. You have to understand it is a complete learning curve. And I'll cover more about the nutrition aspect as soon as I get a chance. And I'll be sharing so much information along this process because I am working on this as we speak. I'm working on a course to try to put us in a better position. This is stuff I've already known, but I hope it helps. If it does, please let me know. If it doesn't, don't let me know. No, I'm just kidding. Have a good day. Be stronger than your excuses. Remember to spread love, not hate. Drink your damn water. Stay on track. If you're new here, please check us out on Facebook. Our group is called Healthy Living for Healthy Life. Low Carb Works, Atkins Works, Keto Works, Mediterranean, Weight Watchers, caloric restriction. All of those things work. Everything works. It just has to work for you. That's all that matters. Have a good day, guys.